So, of course, are the other three member hospital or the other three children's hospitals in the state that are supported by the Children's Miracle Network, as well as other, are they also are they similar in scope, or much larger or smaller? What are they?
I'd say they're similar. They are a little bit larger. Every hospital has different specialties.
Right.
We do treat children with cancer, but then we don't actually have a pediatric oncologist. So most children who are diagnosed with cancer that need cancer treatments would go to Columbia, sometimes in USC.
Right. Right.
But we have really gotten a lot of pediatric specialists in our area. We have the only pediatric orthopedist in this whole region. So
is that right? The only pediatric orthopedist? Is that right?
Yeah, so children come from all over. They come from Sumter, Greenville, all over the area to come to us. We have a pediatric endocrinologist that helps take care of children with diabetes and other kind of issues, and she's the only one in this area right now. We have a pediatric cardiologist, so it's expensive to operate a children's hospital.
Absolutely.
But we want to provide those services because we are the choice for medical excellence, and it's important to our community.
So glad you mentioned that, Jill. If a viewer needs to get off to work now, we've got about 10 minutes, but if someone needs to get off to work or get family off to school, I guess one of the last big weeks of school, what's the best phone number to call for someone to learn about how they could be involved supporting the McLeod Health Foundation or the Children's Hospital?
Okay. If they could call 843-777-2694.
Okay, great.
That's the foundation's number, and we also have lots of volunteer opportunities if anybody ever wants to volunteer.
Good. Yeah.
So,
do you all have a website as well?
we do. It's on www.mcleod.org, and McLeod is MCLEOD Health.
Okay, right.
And then if you're interested in making a gift, you can just click on the CMN icon that you'll see at the bottom of the page, and that'll take you right to making a gift.
That's good, secure access. Folks who aren't used to making donations, but they could also call and get your address to just mail in a donation.
Certainly.
Or even come by when they're offering some volunteer hours, I'm sure. What are some of the volunteer needs y'all would have at the Children's Hospital?
Well, they have, I'm not sure what they call them anymore. They used to call them huggers or rockers, but you can actually go into either the newborn nursery or into the neonatal intensive care unit when a baby is at a point where they can be held and rocked, and you can rock the babies and sometimes feed them. It's hard on the parents when they have other children at home or that they live outside of the Florence area to get back and forth every single day.
Right.
So we try to have volunteers that help, just hold and cuddle and be with these children.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. I did want to mention for parents who do, or parents, not just children, but anybody who comes from outside the Florence area, we have a house there which is called the Guest House at McLeod.
Okay.
And it's a place that's like a home with 17 bedrooms and a kitchen that you can access, that you can stay if you're from outside the Florence area, and the cost is only $15 a night.
$15 a night, and there's 17 bedrooms, so assumably oftentimes there's a little room there.
Yeah, and it's directly across the street from McLeod, so you're close to your loved one while they're going through whatever procedure they may be involved with. But since we have such a large amount of folks that come from Horry County, I did want people to know that that does exist.
That is tremendous. Now, is that just for parents or loved ones of folks in the Children's Hospital or the entire McLeod Health?
The entire McLeod Health
system. The entire organization.
Right.
Okay. And you all have a pretty big facility up there.
Yeah,
how many beds in the entire facility? Do you have any idea? I know you all have been adding a lot. Sorry to put you on the spot.
Yeah, we just added 105 beds. So,
is that right?
It's I think with our whole system we're over 500 beds because we do have a hospital in Dillon, and we do have one in Darlington, South Carolina, as well as in Florence.
Boy, the PD, and of course you've got a great institution not far by, Carolina's hospital system, so you've got a lot of tremendous medical care there in the right in the heart of Florence.
We do. We have a wonderful cancer program and heart program, diabetes program. The list just goes on and on.
That is wonderful, Jill. Golly.
Proud to work there. It's very rewarding.
Oh, yeah. You've got to feel that way. When you think of, so the dollars, are there big national sponsors with the Children's Miracle Network, and were there some good local sponsors that really came out and shined this past weekend, or of course have been shining all year long? Or anyone you really want to highlight?
Well,
probably everyone.
Yeah, everyone. But Walmart is the largest sponsor of Children's Miracle Network, and this is their 20-year anniversary of raising funds.
Is that right? So it's the 25-year-old organization, and this is Walmart's 20th year this past. Oh, wow.
And the figures are staggering. They have raised more than $380 million for Children's Miracle Network hospitals in 20 years. And it's all grassroots fundraising. It's not corporate. It is the employees at the store level selling miracle balloons, the little paper balloons that you've
Right,
seen.
sure, of course.
Having bake sales, raffling off an item at the store level, doing a golf tournament. So they
Wow.
they truly go above and beyond. And just for McLeod Children's Hospital, they have raised over $1.5 million just for McLeod Children's Hospital.
Is that right? And they've been doing that for the last
20 years.
20 years
Yeah.
here locally.
Right, and then Food Lion's been another really huge sponsor of Children's Miracle Network, and they really have, I'm not sure what they've raised since the beginning or how long, but I know they've doubled our fundraising efforts. 2 years ago, they raised about $25,000, and this past year, as we announced, it was over $50,000.
Do they do that grassroots as well, or do
Yes.
they do a mix of corporate support, or
It's all
grass? Oh,
grassroots.
come on.
It's all
Does
store
anyone do
levels.
any corporate level
Well,
sponsors?
I mean, Walmart does do a small corporate gift. To,
Right.
if the stores raise X number of dollars, then they will match it with a gift. So there is some
Right.
corporate dollars involved.
Good, right.
But most of it is just grassroots fundraising at store level.
That's tremendous. And of
Yeah.
course, a lot of folks who were calling in this weekend as y'all were manning the phones over the 10 hours, as viewers on TV 13 were calling in. Who were they calling this weekend?
We had lots of different volunteers who were manning the phones. Some of them were Food Lion employees or some of our other sponsor employees. Some were
Right.
just volunteers who wanted to be involved. We had Miss Columbia, who is going to be in the Miss South Carolina pageant. Actually,
Great.
her father's a physician at McLeod, and she came and helped. And we had
Good.
some other. Miss America pageant is now a sponsor of Children's Miracle Network.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I think Miss South Carolina is a PD native.
She is, Shelley Benthal.
Right.
She's, her dad actually used to help produce the Children's Miracle
Rick
Network
Benthal,
broadcast.
yes,
Right,
we know
so-
Rick well. That's wonderful.
Yeah, so Shelley's a great girl. I hope she goes far with her
Oh,
career.
yeah, that's right. As she's the reigning Miss South Carolina,
Right.
and there'll be a new Miss South Carolina soon.
Right.
That
So-
is wonderful.
But anyway, and then we actually had a really neat concert this year.
Oh, good, yeah.
ZZ Top. Do you remember ZZ Top?
ZZ Top, I've heard of, absolutely. Sure, I remember.
They came to Florence and had a concert for us on a farm called the Palmetto Arabians Farm. Which
You mean
is,
they were playing this weekend?
No, this was not this weekend. This was
Oh, right.
earlier.
They did it earlier this year.
Yeah, but
ZZ Top came to Florence recently.
they did.
I did not know
Yes,
that.
they did. So we had about 1,000 people for a really down-home concert. I mean, you were 6 feet from ZZ Top. You don't get to do that very often.
No, not at all.
But all the proceeds benefited the Children's Hospital.
And y'all raised some good funds that.
We raised about $50,000, which we were able to.
50.
Yeah, we were able to announce this past weekend. So.
That is wonderful. Well, I'm so glad. And of course, to think year after year raising more than $750,000. That's a lot of money
I know.
over the course of a year.
It is, but I tell you, it's put to good use. 50% of the children that we see are either on Medicaid or have no insurance. And
Is
we
that
never
right?
turn a child.
50%?
50%. We never turn a child away. And to stay in the neonatal intensive care unit, and most of those babies are in there for an average of about between 2 and 3 months, it's $5,000 a day.
Oh, come on.
Really, if you could.
$5,000 a day for a
Yeah.
child to stay in the neonatal intensive care unit.
Yeah, so you can see the costs are astronomical.
Yeah. How
and
can
that's
families
why,
pay for that?
well, insurance, or if they can't afford it.
Or the state steps in
Yeah,
there, or McLeod steps in.
pretty much absorbs it, yeah.
Right.
But
If-
that's why it's so expensive to run a children's hospital. And as you'll notice, a lot of hospitals don't have a children's hospital because of that fact.
Right. Wow, that's incredible, Joe. We could stop the interview at that just because that's a kind of an amazing
It
fact
is.
when you think of that, of the 40 beds, and it's pretty crowded on a regular basis in the neonatal
Yeah.
intensive care
Average,
unit.
I'd say the average census is about 33 to 35 babies at a
Of
time.
the 40 that are available.
Right.
And so you have, as you said, at least 2 children for one nurse, but oftentimes you'll have one nurse
Right.
working with one child.
Right, and we have a pediatric intensive care unit we didn't even talk about.
Right, yes,
6
and I'm
beds.
sorry, we just have a minute. As you think back through the success of everything culminating up to this past weekend and all the amazing things that you could think about, what was the driving force, the excitement that you saw really expressed over the weekend?
It's just the love for the children. I mean, we just have such a generous community, a generous region, and everybody wants to come together to help our children, and they really have made a difference. And I just wanted to say thank you to everybody because it truly touches my heart to see how generous all of our viewers are.
Absolutely. And of course, again, the 777-2694 number, if a viewer could call and give time. Time is really needed for volunteer time, or $1 the most important?
Well, we probably need both, but dollars are really important so we can keep providing these services. But we do have volunteer opportunities that we could get people in touch with our volunteer services if they're interested.
That's great. Jill, thanks so much.
Thank
and
you.
congratulations for a tremendous weekend.
Thanks for having me.
Very definitely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Jill Bramblett coming up next. Look at this beautiful picture. Think about that. It's children just like these that were supported this weekend. Children just like these. It's the little things. Read those words. It's the little things that mean so much. One little thing that's a big thing is a phone number. Pick up the pen. Pick up a pencil. Write this down. 843-777-2694. 777-2694. McLeodhealth.org. You can click on that CMN icon. It's a real opportunity to be involved. You think about for Jill here when she joined McLeod back in 1991 to be the volunteer coordinator for the Children's Hospital there. Think about for her, did she ever think that she'd have a family connection there? How often can someone actually join a workplace and know that that workplace is not only going to provide sustenance for them to support their family, but also actually take care of their family? Think of that instance when she and her whole family recognized a real potential issue there when her son concocted meningitis there. They made a difference then. They continue to make a difference every day. Real quick, if we got a second, one rainy December morning, 10-year-old Elizabeth Chard was critically injured in a car accident on the way to school. The accident would change the lives of the Chard family forever. Do I have a second, Donald? Elizabeth had neurological injuries and internal bleeding. She was transported to the pediatric intensive care unit at McLeod Children's Hospital. She remained in a coma for 10 days. When she came out of the coma, she couldn't talk, swallow, or move the left side of her body. Thanks to the specialized staff at McLeod Children's Hospital, she's doing well today. She's a straight-A 7th grade student and has overcome many challenges caused by the accident. Pick up the phone, 777-2694. Support the Children's Miracle Network.